Simon, it is part 15 of Tub Thumpers.
Part really 15. Done this 15 times. 15 times.
Part 15 already. Oh, I tell you.
This is what you tell yourself. You know, when you stick to a diet, like you fail after like 4 days. But then he'll say to me, this is the 15th show. I'm like, if I'd have just started that diet 15 weeks ago, I'd have been like, it's crazy.
The funniest thing about you and your diet, so because I'm going to tell everybody, you're like, oh yeah, I've got. He's going to be hot in June when I come to America, and I just said you sat there eating a sausage. Sat there eating a sausage, boy. You go, Shams, I tell you, I'm going to have to lose this weight, and I'm just.
And one of them people are like, if I walk in the kitchen, I've got to eat something. It's always mini cheddars.
Mini cheddar. Oh, Si. The fellow we've got on tonight, I was saying to you before, we were having a chat before, and it's weird because there's a few people that have been on Tub Thumpers and in our community, but the gentleman we've got on tonight, Si, I've known since day one, and I'm so happy he's done it. Tonight, everybody, it's the super awesome Geek Show.
Hey! How you guys doing? 10,000. Only 10,000 credits? What's wrong with you?
It was an old wanted poster. It was an old one. So, it's great. Oh, it's great to see you. It really is. Honestly.
Good.
Yeah. I can't believe he's here. And that beard of yours, man. What is going on with it? He looks awesome.
Just decided to let it grow, and it's growing.
Hey, John, new Lord of the Rings films are coming. You could have a role. The new Saruman.
I could play Dumbledore in the new Lord of the Rings.
You know, I get so jealous when I see things like that because I'm nearly 50, and it's impossible for me to even grow a beard to like a level that a school kid would be proud of. Never mind something as magnificent.
Can you imagine the next part of Lord of the Rings, right? And they're all in the shine. What you hear is, hey!
Yeah, like how you had the music. Where'd you get just all ready to go?
It's music to touch and PGM with.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, there's 35 people in the chat already, so thank you all so much. So good old Super Awesome is here. We're going to go through his tubs now. I was saying to you behind the scenes, John, this is a tough one for me in our side because usually we'll get people on and you kind of grasp watching the videos and getting to know them and everything else what they're going to show because you kind of work out, oh, well, I know, for example, our Des will probably show Star Wars and our Luke will probably show a bit of Mask. But with you,
yeah,
where does he start? You know what I mean?
If they made it in the 70s and 80s, even in the 90s, I've probably got it. So,
yeah. John, I mean, when the way I started, and our side's probably the same as you too, because the way I started was always Star Wars first. It was Star Wars, and then a bit of back and forth. So, but our side's never been like me. Our side was never one to complete a whole set. Our side bought what he liked. So if it was from Star Trek to Batman, our side would buy it. Was it like that for you at the start, or did you focus and it just branched out?
Well, yeah. I mean, like what it was is that when I was a child, my parents, I found this out from actually looking at old Sears catalogs and stuff like that. We had Arden. I've got some Arden catalogs and Sears catalogs and things like that I've still got. And I was going through them one day and realized that Starscream was around $25.
Right.
But Megatron and Optimus Prime were more than that. So my parents bought me Starscream and some smaller car robots, but they never bought us the big stuff. And I was like, and then I looked at Star Wars and I'm going, we had the Land Speeder and the TIE Fighter, but they never bought us the AT-AT. They never bought us these big things. And again, the TIE Fighter was around $20. So I'm going, they had a limit of $25, didn't they? And I pull in the catalogs around and I go to my mom and I said, I'm looking through these catalogs and realizing I think there's a money spot that we hit here. And I go,
you won like $26. You went, forget that, we're not made of money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was about $25 is all we would spend because you and your brother wanted a toy every time we went out. And she goes, your dad had the power to say no. And you guys would be like, but Dad, no, But if she's like, I didn't have that power. I'd be like, no, we can't get it. You'd be like, but Mom. And then I'd go, okay, we'll get one.
Our mom was exactly the same way. Our mom was exactly the same way. Every time she'd go out, she'd bring a toy back. Every time.
But you didn't click as a kid that your mum wasn't just buying for you. And these things just, she was buying for you and then 3 other brothers. So when we were like, how come we've only got like the $20 set instead of that £60 one? It's because she's buying for you, she's buying for Mark, she's buying for me. You know what I mean? That's the thing, you're like.
So go on, John.
We did start out with Star Wars though. Like I got an occasional Flash Gordon. I remember I had the Lizard Woman from Flash Gordon. I had a few other like a gold robot from Metal Men. So I had some of these. It like a couple maybe like action people. What were they? The Fisher Price.
Yeah.
Action. What were the Fisher Price? Adventure people. Yeah. I might have had 1 or 2. I think I had the nurse and the clear guy, the clear robot or alien guy, whatever it was. He was blue and clear. So, I mean, I got a few like 3 3/4 inch figures right around that time that Star Wars had started. And when Star Wars came out and they were making those 3 3/4 figures, 5 POA, just like everything else, I think I latched right onto them because the movies were great. My mother said it was the first movie I actually sat through. I was a kid that would just like run around. I'd get up and run around the theater if she couldn't watch me. I'd go out. One day she said she looked around and I was gone. And she was like freaked out. She ran out into the lobby, and I'm behind the counter with the popcorn guy talking to him about popcorn and these little candies and stuff. You know what I mean? And she's like, "What the hell are you doing out here? Get back in and watch the movie." Star Wars. She took me to Star Wars on the recommendation of my godfather, and she said I was fidgeting. I'm sitting around. I'm like, "How long is this going to be? Do we have to be here? What are we doing?" I wanted to play with my toys. I had some Weeble Wobbles and other weird things I'm playing, and all of a sudden it starts and it's like, and I go, and that ship comes overhead and she goes, you went to the edge of your seat and your jaw just hung open. And she's like, I'm looking at you like, what the heck's going on? And then she goes, 2 hours later, you finally moved and you were like, can we go again?
Absolutely.
Bless her heart, between that first year, because they kept that back then, they'd keep it in the theater if it kept going. And then when it ran out at the one theater, they brought it to the drive-in the next town over. And between that and the drive-in, she took me 23 times to see Star Wars throughout that year.
Wow.
So, because I just kept wanting to go. She was like, it was the only thing you liked. She goes, it was the only thing you liked. So they got me all the figures, they got me all the stuff, and then, of course, when He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, when those things came out, we grabbed a few. I mean, G.I. Joe was the other big one. I mean, by the time we were done, we had all the Star Wars figures between my brother and I, except for the last 17 or so. There was a couple we had, but we didn't have all of the last 15, 17, whatever you call it. Like, I think the R2 with the pops-up lightsaber, and the Ewoks that were in that set, the Anakin Skywalker, those were like the last ones we got. We never got a Man or Yak Face. We never got Han Carbonite. We didn't get Luke and the Stormtrooper. And it's funny because the R2 with the pop-up saber that I have immediately went in the bathtub. So the sticker wore off. So for years I had it sitting in my collection with no sticker, but I ended up buying a reproduction sticker and putting it on it just to make it.
Well, not one of us is going to turn around when we're 7 or 8 and go, you know what? Okay.
This is down its car.
What's hilarious is somehow I kept the lightsaber. I don't know.
That's the best way. Kieran says, forget the Fast and the Furious. We've now got the slow and the slightly annoyed.
Not far wrong there.
Oh, Simon, look who's here. he's smooth. He's smooth, you see, John. That's what it is. Our Des, have a great show tonight, everyone. I'll have to catch up because we're out tonight. Oh, you see,
all right.
Out on the town. Remember to hit that like button. Cheers, my friend. Andy's here. Hello, Andy. Good to see Johnny.
Good to see you, Andy. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Our DTM's here. Good evening, Tub. Hello through the chat. Looking forward to seeing John's tubs. I know it's got to be. I tell you, it's got to be amazing. And that's the thing, Si. I have absolutely no idea what John's going to show. Have you?
I've done it myself, and I've honestly gone through everything in my head from Minnie Mouse to Kermit the Frog. Everything's run through my head. Yoda, everything you can think of these past 3 days.
Oh, brilliant! Our George is here. Hello, lovely people. Is it Friday yet? Nope. But thanks heaven, it's Tub Thumpers time. It is Tub Thumpers time. Connor's here. Hello, Connor.
Evil Palpatine Kermit's here.
Brilliant. I'd love that.
Do it.
Gerard's coming in.
I'm going to get my mum to make my Kermit now a cape.
So Gerard's here. Claire's here. Hello, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Oh, we've got somebody else here.
I am the last of the famous international playboy.
Mr. Berry.
Wow.
Mr. Berry's here. Can you smell it, John? Can you smell him?
He was in a real ad. Look at that. Yeah.
He smells, John, between an old library book and what is it? Sausages. What Matt says. Is it sausages? Is it sausages?
Nice smell that. Library books and sausage.
Good old Kev's here. Oppie's here. Let's have a look. Let's keep going down. Everyone's saying hello to each other. The lovely Miriam. I am Miriam.
Yeah.
John, wouldn't you like just to stay at Miriam's house for a week? Have you seen the dinners Gerard has?
I know. Yeah.
One week at Miriam's. My word. Hey, Si, you don't want to go there if you want to lose this weight before America. You don't want to go to Miriam's, do you know?
No way.
Well,
we're doing away. Because Gerard eats like me, loads of sauces and loads of mayonnaise and stuff.
Oh, I love the sauces and everything.
Yeah, I am terrible for sauces.
Yeah. Well,
talking
I'm not
about sweet teeth person, I'm more of a savoury. I like savoury stuff and pasties and sauces and one for cake or.
Talking about saucy.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright.
Rolando!
I love it.
Oh, Rolando. Hello. Got too much information, Adam. Oh, BOE's here. Hello.
BOE. Been watching his special effects video.
BOE.
There he is.
In the corner.
Yeah. BOE.
We were talking about it, and Si put a thing out saying, what should we call it? And people were saying this and that, and BOE goes Tub Thumpers. So Si went perfect. So B said perfect. So I said to Si, well, we need a logo for it. So Si made BOE as the logo in honor of him coming up with a Tub Thumpers name. So that was brilliant. Let's have a look.
We watched his special effects video this week.
Oh yeah, the Army Red Bunker 2, that one.
Jonathan's always here. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Redmond's here. Jonathan's come and seen us. Let's have a look.
Aaron Redders.
Oh, yes.
There we are. There we are.
Yes. It still baffles me that. Oh, I don't believe he's come and said hello. Hello, folks.
Hey, hi. How you doing, girls?
It's lovely to see you. Hiya. Natalie, Michelle, fantastic. We're so proud of you girls for getting so big and doing so well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping in.
Well, I am surprised at the amount of films them two have not watched. And the first time watching, I'm like, what? First time watching?
Every week I say on ZSR, no, not seeing it. No, not seeing it. And it's funny because Stu started with his movie quiz. And I said, yeah, I'll do it. And everyone's giving me shit, John. Like, Shabby's doing it. Well, you haven't seen anything.
He hasn't watched anything, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't watched anything. TJC, hey, Terry.
See, I blame it on my father. My parents divorced when I was 11. My brother was 3 years younger than me. And my dad, for a little while, didn't know what to do with us. And if he had to go into work on a Saturday or something, he didn't want to pay for a babysitter. And get this, but he was willing to pay for a day of movies. So he would drop us off at the Lowe's complex of theaters where they had like 5 or 6 theaters. And he would give us the money. He would come in and buy us tickets so they would match in a row. and be like, okay, you're going to watch these 3 movies, and then I'll come pick you up, and here's some money for popcorn. So we literally would go from theater to theater, my brother and I, and stay in the theater. He goes, don't leave the theater, don't go anywhere else. And we would just go in there from movie to movie hop. And
Awesome.
My brother and I probably saw everything that came out every single week. We would do his movies, and like it was like.
Hey,
that's what my dad on the Saturday. My mum was working on a Saturday. My dad could never be bothered looking after us. So what he'd do to me and Mark was he'd give us £1 each, because at the Odeon Cinema there were 2 films you could watch. You'd watch a film, then there'd be cartoons for half an hour, then there'd be another film. So you'd be there for like a good 5 hours. So my dad would say to me, Mark, there's a £5, piss off to the cinema, and that'd be it.
Then he comes and picks you up when it's over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same thing.
Hey, Si and John, how big are your muscles? Look who's here. Oh, look at them.
Oh, it's not really moving at all here. I'm sorry.
No. I know. Mine looks like 6 months old porridge.
It's better than mine. I mean, mine, there's no movement there at all.
Oh,
this is what the Africans mean by white devil.
Good old John's here, Mr.
Hey,
McGuire.
John.
Good old Jumpy's here. Good old Jumpy's come and said hello. Awesome.
Jumpy?
Everyone's turned up for you, John. See what happens, Si, when you get eye candy on.
It's when you get a superstar on. You get a superstar on. You've got to brush your hair, haven't you?
Win, I win. Hello to all you amazing people.
Hey,
and
Win.
Hi to Shabby, Si, and his guest, the super awesome Geek Show. Yeah, awesome.
Hey, John, the other night, Win was showing me an amazing War of the Worlds collection. It's even got the old school double LP that's, remember the original? Wow. And it's got some fantastic stuff, Win, War of the Worlds style.
John,
Really
I've got some breaking news for you, John. John still runs around the theatre.
yeah.
He knows how I'm going. He still does it. You know what I mean? Brilliant. And Marie, I am Mum.
Hey.
Best behaviour.
He
sent me Auntie Rosemary. She's going to stay with Auntie Rosemary for a couple of days.
She's at my Auntie Rosemary's, John.
She's gone to stay posh. My Auntie Rosemary will look after her in that big house in Lytham.
Hi, Kenny. Lovely to see you, pal. Hello, Martin. Only got 5 minutes just saying howdy. I know this is going to be another great tub. It's going to be a great Tub Thumpers. I honestly, I'm excited to bits because you showed me the boxes. And then you said, John, even I don't know what's in them. I'm like, yes.
I got an idea, maybe like 2, but the rest of them, I'm not sure. So
they don't fall down. You're right.
I'll show you them when we walk by. I'll show you. I have one of the Weebles from my childhood. It is the oldest toy that I currently own. Wow. I mean, that's been in my collection the longest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have Weebles, didn't we? Weeble Wobbles.
As you know, John, our size, you've seen the show. Our side comes out with these thoughts every week, and he
I love them. Yes,
these vampires and these dog biscuits and all that. So it's time, everyone, for John and everyone in the chat for Manga Fandanga's question of the week. Right, so let's make our side big. Simon, what is your question? What have you been thinking about this week?
This week's question really finishes off a conversation that me and John were having. I'd say about 2.5, 3 years ago. This is how much things play on my mind. And the conversation we had moved to the conversation of the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch. Is there a Sasquatch? Is there not? Bigfoot's been cited so many times and it hasn't been. What's your still belief of 2024, John? But put into perspective that in 2019, the FBI officially put out an official start search for Bigfoot, which then spun my head and said, in this day of technology today, with everyone's got a camera, there's little camera setups, there's been more sightings of Bigfoot in the past 10 years than there ever has been. So why would the FBI put out a search for Bigfoot in 2019, and where do you stand today in 2024?
So there you have it. Simon's question of the week is
on Bigfoot. Yeah,
is there a Bigfoot?
Well, I mean, for me, here's the thing. For me, of all of the things like Bigfoot, Nessie, Champ, you got the Jersey Devil, the Mothman, all these things. the Thunderbird, you know, like I do pterodactyls in Death Valley, right? I think that Bigfoot is the one that is the most likely to exist. Okay. And
why though? Why you think in this day and age? I've got to go the other way. In this day and age, you would have found it's like Loch Ness. Sam.
Well,
You would have found
the problem is that I think all the other ones are animals. Okay, and animals act differently than something that is intelligent. I actually think that Bigfoot is another hominid species like us. Like, think about it as it could be Australopithecus or something like that. That's still around. or
last time
or
I said that,
something-
my cat floated.
Yeah. Australopithecus. You know, but no, I mean, like there were plenty of hominid species that were around before Neanderthal, before Cro-Magnon, that we don't know if they actually died out. So what if this thing is so intelligent that it knows where to hide and continually knows where to go and how to avoid people? And maybe those broken sticks you see lying on the ground in different patterns, there's people who have tried to decipher these patterns that they see over and over again. They'll see broken sticks laid in a way that doesn't look natural, and when they take a photo of it, they'll be down in, like, say, Northern California, and someone will take a photo of these sticks laid in a pattern. And then, like, someone in Northern Ontario, Canada, will find the same pattern of sticks laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And they're like, how can nature have these sticks falling in the same pattern all over the entire Pacific Northwest and way up into Canada and Alaska, when that shouldn't naturally happen a million times over and over again? Sticks should fall in random patterns. So they think that there could be, like, these intelligent creatures could be putting these down as markers for other ones of their species to look at and go, all right, people are in this area now, I better get out. You know what I mean? And they stay away until another Bigfoot comes along and breaks the stick pattern up and says, all right, it's too cold for the humans. They're no longer hiking in this area, you know? Because the other thing too is that there's always one video I fall back on. There's a video of these loggers that are working, or maybe they're just construction workers. I don't know who it is really that's working, but they're workers. They have big trucks and they're working on either the road or logging in the area or something. And they start hearing this noise, and the video starts where the guy picks up his phone and turns it on, and the other one's like, is it on? Is it on? You got it? It's like, yeah. He goes, it's right over there. It's right over that ridge or whatever. And he moves his phone over to get a video of it. And you see this hairy creature, like, sitting there kind of like hunched over a little bit, and it's screaming, and it bellows at him and waves its arms a couple times. And the arms are long. They're longer than a person's arms. They come down beyond his knees. And so when someone's standing around, their arms don't go down beyond their knees. You know, that's a freaking weird looking human if it is, you know. And then it grabs a tree one-handed, grabs a tree with one hand, and it shoots it like a spear towards the construction workers.
That's what Geek Strong can do that though.
And that tree was so big that these guys couldn't pick it. No one on the crew could pick it up by themselves. They required 3 or 4 people to pick that thing up. So how could someone heave it off the ground one-handed? Number one, rip it out of the ground one-handed and then throw it like that, you know, like a spear. That thing had to be so strong. It's impossible for a human to do. So that video alone just makes me think there's something out there that's stronger than a person. I mean, could it be an escaped gorilla? Maybe. I mean, that, you know, okay, but it's
but like you said, John, there's a pattern around from North America all the way up to Canada. There's a pattern. There's a sign that says there's, I wouldn't say a race of them, but there's a sign that says they are there.
Yeah.
Because again, why would the FBI look into that if it wasn't, you know?
Why would they? That's
shit, some sticks, done it. So.
Yeah, if there wasn't something there, why would they spend the money and resources?
And you say that, Mark, about, you know, the well hidden and stuff, and G4 says that have cameras. But listen, if 30 SAS men storm the same forest, you ain't find in all 30 of them either, are you? So, you know, in a sense, it's like you live in there and you've got that good technique and habitat of camouflaging and hiding. Nobody will find you.
And they don't have to walk the trails, which is where a lot of trail cams are. They're on a trail. That's why they call them trail cams. So, I mean, like, they don't have to walk the trails. These things know how to walk through the backwoods at speed. You know what I mean? So, and
Don't remember give me loads of hassle there.
And there's another thing I like to say about this stuff too, is that, like, I know a lot of people ask the question, do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in aliens or stuff like that? And I always try to tell them that I don't think believe is the right word. I don't like to use the word believe, because that means that you have faith in it. And faith does not need any concrete evidence.
Well, that's a good point. That is a good point.
So I like to say I either know it exists or I don't know. And right now it's kind of like I don't know, but I would lean towards it's very, very possible. Just like
for me, the truth is always as crazy as the conspiracy. It's always they're both as crazy as each other. If that's the truth, then isn't that crazy? And if it's the conspiracy, isn't that crazy? They're both as crazy as each other. So I stay down that fine line, you know, with like, you know, we find some crazy creatures here, don't we?
Well, I mean,
there's one of them there looking at purple lap. We find some crazy things here.
Well done, Si. Well done. I went for a walk in the woods once, and I'm convinced that something hairy touched my area, and it smelled like turnips. I firmly believe
they are.
Yeah.
Debo says, super awesome science.
Yeah.
Well, we have them things here. We have the Norfolk Woods and the Misty Forests and things like that. And it's people swear blind. There's fairies live there. There's little elf creatures live there. And people swear that they've seen them. And then, you know, if people want to believe that, I think that's great. And I like the idea of things like this existing. I always do.
Because the other thing, too, is on the other side of it, like if you go back and look at the fossil record, there are fossils of something called Gigantopithecus. Jeff Meldrum at the university there, he always brings this up, that they only died out about 50,000 years ago, according to the fossil record. What if they didn't die? You know, what if they didn't all die out? That's something that went extinct only 50,000 years ago. We found things that, like the coelacanth, that went extinct 65 million years ago. We found off the coast of Africa, still alive in the waters. So if something,
boys, you're not selling it to Adam like that. He's not sold on it, and he's not sold on crop circles.
Crop circles are totally fake. Yeah, I made a crop circle with my friend Joe when I was a kid. Him and I went in the field. He came to me one day and he's like, "Can we use your dad's field? He hasn't cut the hay this year." And I was like, "Yeah, we're not going to cut that field." And he was like, "Let's do a crop circle in the middle of the night and see what happens." So we learned the technique from those guys in England. The guys with the boards and the hats with the circle. Yeah. They put the little circle on their brim of their hat and use it to line up
that area. We call them Zero Hunter Toys folk. They talk a bit funny like that, and they walk around with their ice cream and they push boards in.
So, Sags, are you saying that Shabby is Bigfoot because of the long arms? Well, there's always there's always one. You know. So, maybe Bigfoot has a painful verruca and it's looking for leaves to rub on it. That's a good point, Bill. Mr. Reynolds, hey Luke, in the wilderness, waving extra long arms around. Try Shabby's doing the wilderness stance.
You brought that into this one, hadn't you? As soon as John went long gangly arms, Mark went to himself, oh shit.
It's all coming. Here it comes.
He knew, didn't
he? Yeah, I think so, JR. What I'm saying is I've never really convinced. You see, to me, it's not a case of believing or not believing. I've never experienced anything like ghosts or something. And so I can't really say what true or isn't because I haven't experienced it. Do you see what I mean? So Bigfoot, I can't say there is or there isn't one because I've never experienced anything with Bigfoot. Yeah. You know? So,
yeah, the side against it is, I'll say this. I lived in Seattle for 17 years. At least once a week. There were times where I was up there 3 or 4 days a week, up in the mountains, the Cascade Mountains, just up there. My friends Brandon and I, my friend Jason and I, Robert and I, we sometimes would go up there. Brandon especially, we'd go up, we'd follow we'd go down the trail to a river that was coming down the mountain, let's say, and then we would turn and follow the river all the way up, and we'd get to some of these backwood lakes that were way up there, way up there, where no people go, and we'd camp and stay there for the weekend or something. And we were at least hiking in those woods at least one day a week for the entire time I was there, 17 years. And never did we come across anything that remotely made us think that there was a Bigfoot anywhere around. You know what I mean? But we saw bear, we saw wolves, we saw a pack of wolves once, we saw a bear 2 or 3 times, coyotes. I mean, like, you name it, elk, like, you name it, we saw it, but never any signs of a Bigfoot, you know?
Okay, so thanks for coming in, pal. It's lovely to see you.
So that's the other side of it, you know? You'd think that someone who spent that much time in the woods and up in those mountains would have seen at least one sign, a footprint, a smell, a sound, something, but we never did. But I'll tell you, my friend Jason got pissed. We went a couple times, we went on night hikes, or we'd camp out. I'd go running up to a tree and find a nice log and be like, okay, let's see if there's any Bigfoots that'll respond. Bang, bang, bang against the tree. And Jason's like, are you crazy? What are you doing? He legitimately was scared out of his mind. He's like, if you draw in a Bigfoot and one comes through, I am going to kill you. Don't worry about that Bigfoot. I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to run for my life. You know? He's just like... Scared to death of them.
It sounds like a trailer for the Sam Elliott movie, The Man Who Killed Bigfoot and Hitler.
Well, I think that if you've met I'm sorry, we're not going to bang on about Bigfoot all that. I'm sorry. But if you've met Bigfoot, like if I was in the forest and I'm walking around with my dog biscuits in my pocket, on the safe side, in case there was a Bigfoot or werewolves there, because I could easily give them biscuits, I'm not going to get eaten. But unlike seeing an alien, I think if I saw a Bigfoot, it'd be more to me like seeing a grizzly bear stood on its back legs or that sort of thing. It'd be like that fear, but like I can handle him if I've got my little knife out. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Yeah. Where if it's an alien, I'd be like,
if I saw a grizzly bear on his hind legs,
I got my little knife. He's gonna take out with his little knife.
I can skin a bear. No, have you not seen me on Red Dead? Oh, I can have a bear skinned in 2 minutes flat. Already.
Myself. He's got his pen knife out.
Yeah.
What side of I'll have it.
He's all like, I'm all ready.
Look at me like I was a kebab from Blackpool Prom, wouldn't he? Just look at me like, look at this kebab. Brilliant. He's going down well.
He's sitting there like,
what did you eat today? It was full of sausage.
He's all like this. The bear's like,
fuck off, you bastard.
That's how I see it.
Maybe he just confused. He'd just confuse the bear so much it would give up and go away.
What you want about? Don't miss it and off we go.
Hey, Cat. Oh, Cat. See, everyone's turned up. I reckon a small Bigfoot could well be called Cousin It from the Addams Family. You got a good point there. That's a good point, With.
What was Cousin It?
Yeah,
I've already hit that like button. Cheers. So I'm not a Yeti. So I'm now a Yeti. Is a Yeti a Bigfoot? Is it the same thing?
Essentially, yeah. And the other thing too is that speaking of the Yeti, I know there was a couple people who found hair over in the Himalayas, and like I don't know why, but a lot of people claim there has never been DNA tested hair samples that have come up with no results. No, and that's not true. There's like the last like 10 or 15 years, there's been, 5 or 6 different studies of clumps of hair found in the woods, a lot of them over in the Himalayan mountains, where they come back as a currently unknown primate species.
Can I just interrupt there? Because I read a story on this, and he said that what was happening is that they were taking these hair samples and to all these different science places where they were doing them, these labs, they kept saying, it's deer. Oh, it's deer hair. It's deer hair. Well, then these guys went into research, and some of the deer hairs they're saying it was. The deers didn't even exist in these sort of forests. And some of them were from different places altogether. So they said, because they kept using more of the excuse, if it wasn't a Bigfoot, it was deer hair. And they kept saying, well, you keep saying deer hair. It's nothing else but deer hair. So that's what threw them onto that conspiracy, that they're sort of hiding it, saying it's deer hair, where actually I've got the hair from his anime.
Instead of watching all this, you need to go for a walk at night, Si. You need to open your door. You need to put that spliff down and go for a walk. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes I listen to myself.
Our cat Vaderskill's seen Bigfoot. He's amazing. And Mr. B says,
hey.
Absolutely brilliant. So anyway, let's just come away because it's a 2-hour show.
Yeah. We'll be on aliens next. Yeah.
We will. Yeah.
So for people that know what, I think it's gonna be hard for anyone in the chat that doesn't know our John. But if you're new to our John, here is the SAGS gallery.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
Well, now you know John a bit more. We took all these pictures from years gone back.
Do you know how much I laughed putting that one with you in that shark hat on, being chased by that shark?
How'd you even get that picture? My face is perfect in it. Oh,
John, that made me laugh for hours after doing that picture. It really did.
Si, what if Bigfoot is attracted to dog biscuits?
Then obviously we'll become dead good mates, and the week after he can climb Everest with me.
Oh.
there you go.
He's always prepared with his small penknife and his pack of biscuits.
That's right. Always prepared.
I was going to say, you got that shot of me and Megan Fox. She comes around and takes me on adventures once in a while. And I didn't know anyone ever got a photo of that.
I just don't know what our side's going to do. I mean, he makes galleries for everybody, you know, and he just goes, leave it with me. Some of the stuff he comes out with, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But anyway, we've talked about biscuits, Bigfoot, but the real reason why we're here is we're nosy, as you all know. Me, Si, the chat, we'd like to know what's in John's tubs. So we're going to make John big, and John, show us your tubs.
Okay, so I think the first thing we could do is I'm gonna try to get on with my phone, and we're gonna do a little bit of a tour, and then I will get to opening these boxes up. I've got six or seven boxes here that we can open up and look at. Because what I'm currently doing is, as a lot of, I don't know if everybody knows this, but my brother and I inherited a house from our grandparents down here in Florida. It's up in Port St. Lucie. It's about an hour and 20 minutes north of where my condo is. And so when both of us decided to leave Seattle, I took the condo, and my father and I moved into this condo together to help each other out. My father's going on 80 years old. He's not going to, be moving around as good, these days. I even now have to drive him to, I take him out to golf and do different things with him to keep him active. And so him and I share this condo we got, and Mark took the house. Well, then my brother unfortunately passed away about a year ago, and the house has now been transferred to me. So mom is living in the house now. Mom moved in while Mark was sick with cancer and helped him out, and she's going to stay there at the house. And I decided I'm going to move the modern stuff up to the house. And then
I
all
remember
the
you
condo.
streaming, painted it and so
Yeah,
forth.
you might have seen me painting it and putting in some track lighting, which everyone loved because I didn't follow any kind of directions when I painted it. The first time I painted, I forgot I didn't even think about the floors, so I painted the one wall without even putting anything down to catch the paint that was dripping all over it, you know. Yeah, so and then doing the electrical. I mean, I did electrical when I was younger, so I was like, I know how to do this. And everybody was like freaking out that hoping I didn't electrocute myself.
No, I can hear Dad's teeth throwing things at his telly. I can hear Dad's teeth lobbing things at the telly at this very moment.
And, so yeah, I patched up some of the drywall. We cleaned it all up. We did primer on it, painted it, installed track lighting, and then we put up shelves and started putting things up. And we did all that live over a weekend. I think we were live most of the weekend. So but basically what I have here is there's a storage unit, there's a walk-in closet, there's under the bed, and there's stuff out there everywhere that is still in boxes that I have to go through. And that's what we're going to do. We have some stuff to go through, and it's mixed between vintage and modern, and that's why I was not organized when I boxed things up. I had no organizational powers, so that's why I have to go through every single box and reorganize what's vintage and what's staying here, what's modern, and what's going to the house. Let's see if I can get us on this, and I will take us on a little tour. Then you can see where I'm coming from. Whoop, where's Shabby's thing? Here's the link.
Even that corner that I'm looking at, I've seen plenty of stuff. Bart Simpson.
Yeah, that's
E.T.
my little corner in a sense. Yeah.
Rhino Wobbies has come in and said hello. There's loads of people coming in and said hello.
Let me mute this mic.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, can we?
Not yet. It's come up like that.
Let me settings, camera.
So what do you think we're going to see, Si? What are you expecting to see, Si?
Oh my God, for me, anything from Sesame Street, Yoda, anything. But you'd think after 5 years he'd have this, wouldn't you?
Why
It's me and him going, what a legend John is on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I can't even set his bloody camera up, I tell you.
He's here, he's got it. Oh, no, he hasn't.
Good Lord.
Oh. Look at this. I'm expecting to see Bigfoot after all this talk.
Yeah, we'll find Bigfoot in John's tubs. The one that's in the shed.
Oh, brilliant. My fingers are so crossed for something. Well, you never know. Imagine you open the closet. Hello.
But that's the thing. It's just like I said, it's amazing what you do keep away. It's amazing what's in tubs and what you think, oh my God, I don't even, sometimes you even think you throw things out and they're still there.
No, yeah, we were talking about it, weren't we? About throwing stuff out and keeping stuff. It's the whole Tub Thumpers thing, isn't it? About, what you keep hold of. So Bigfoot put the caboose on John's camera to stop.
It's the FBI, John.
We're not going to get a camera. We're not going to do it then. I guess the phone just does not want to work today. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's the FBI, John. We shouldn't have been talking about Bigfoot. We got too close. The FBI have had us.
Yeah, look.
Like, why does this work every single day, no problem, except for the day we want to actually walk around and look at it?
It's always the case, isn't it? It's always the
case. What I mean? Like,
2 words, John. Shabby Geek.
Like, it's literally has worked every single time I've ever used the phone. And today it's just like, nope, we're not going to let you use the camera. No matter what I pick, back camera, front camera, just nope, not going to work. All right, well, I mean, I don't know how else to walk down to the thing, so I guess we can't do that.
Okay. Tubs it is.
Tubs it is. What we can do, a brief little thing. So I've
can I pop my arcade? Look at that.
Yeah.
I'll try and lift this up, and maybe you can see. Well, we're not gonna be able to see much, are we?
He's so cool in there. You'd spend
So out the window, you can see a stack of boxes, right? So
right.
I've got a stack out there, and that's kind of like what I got in my storage. That's floor to ceiling, going all the way up out there, and we got tons of stuff here. Like there's, Inhumanoids all over the place, and Mask over there, and then I've been setting up my Star Wars is all in here,
Yeah, it looks good, great in there like that.
And
What's the next one? Hot Toys.
Yeah, that's going to be all the Masterpiece Transformers are in the bottom there. And then there's Star Wars, which has to get moved. And then there's Hot Toys, Troopers. I have all the Troopers except for a clone Trooper. He's proving to be too expensive. And then there's Voltron in the top, which I'm going to also move to. So this is going to be a premium cabinet. I'm going to eventually be, because there's some G.I. Joe 12-inch and other stuff. And then I've got Transformers and robot stuff over there.
Wow.
But I mean, look, I've just got boxes of things everywhere,
Yeah.
Look, you can't even get to the sliding doors right now because I've been doing stuff. And then I got these, like, this is handy. Like, I don't know how many people do this, but look at this thing. I've got, look, see Secret Wars in the box.
Brilliant.
But these are all, like, vintage G.I. Joe missiles and more missiles and G.I. Joe accessories and vintage parts and vintage guns and weapons and backpacks and
I know what you mean.
I know Luke Reynolds does. He has like little compartments, little cases for his mask bits and bobs and his G.I. Joe bits and bobs.
These are all, they work great. You can get some with like bigger trays, so you can put bigger things in them, and they just work great to keep everything organized. And you could label them if you want, but I'm too lazy. So
I know where they are.
I look around, and if I mess up, I'm like, it's in one of two bins, right? All right, so let's see.
Is that an Inhumanoid just sitting on the floor?
Yeah, the green thing. Yeah. Tendrils. I just moved him, and there's the tree guy. Like, you can't really see. I'll grab him. There's the tree guy, and let me see if I can get him. Yeah.
That's what I mean. You don't know what you're going to see, do you, at John's?
That box looks brand new.
I know. Look at that.
That's the best thing about back, you said, isn't it? People's subs, what you're going to pull out. It's like you've seen stuff you haven't.
If I unplug this, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does it echo if you guys talk?
No, fine.
No.
All right. So, yeah. So I got Tendril here from the Inhumanoids. And this is the variant with the long, clear tusks. There's also a variant with short, clear tusks, just in case you want to know.
Ooh. Last time I saw something like that was on the PGM show.
And some bits and other humanoid toys are. We've got this Molten Man. Was he Moltar? I think it was named Moltar or something like that. But he splits in half and becomes Magma Man. Roar! And, they all have this like green, these like clear things. So if you shine a light through, their eyes glow.
That's crazy.
And we have one of the tree guys, Redwood. I think he's just his name might be Redwood. It's just so simple like that, But he can grow. He like a tree. Oh, look at me! I can grow. Hello.
Hey, John, our Si hasn't extended like that for years.
But I love Inhumanoids. I think they're the coolest thing, but they're pretty darn expensive to collect. So
That's Crazy that thing.
Got
Isn't it?
one of the humans.
We had that
here.
one side, do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but what was it?
Inhumanoids.
Yeah. I
Inhumanoid.
need his helmet. He had a helmet. I need to get his helmet, but at least his grappling hook.
It was like a square helmet, wasn't it, John? It was like a box.
I think so. Yeah, it might have just been like a box. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, keen eye. You saw some Inhumanoids just laying around.
Right, so Inhumanoids received Pac-Man Arcade, Secret Wars. Look at this.
Yes.
Brilliant. Hasn't even opened the tub yet. Fantastic.
This is the Doom roller.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I owe a big thanks to Toy Polloy because he was nice enough to get on a chat with me and help me fix the motor.
Oh,
And
nice.
it has been running beautifully ever since. And he's a brilliant man there with fixing these old toys, you know.
Yeah.
But I've still got my original Pac-Man handheld arcade from the early '80s.
That's lovely. That.
This thing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Like that.
right, look at this. We got some Dino Rider action figures thrown on the ground here.
I keep hearing Dino Riders had a pickup in the toy community at the moment because I keep seeing it going for a really expensive price now, and I keep seeing it made at the
I know
toy fair.
VTR's getting them. I know VTR's getting into them. So
they're awesome. I love Dino Riders. I wish that would get a new, like a new movie, new franchise kind of thing picked up and going. So, boxes. All right. Well, I guess we'll just start right in on this one, right? We'll see what we got. How's the view there? We're good?
Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Yeah.
So, I know in one of these boxes I have mail away stuff, which I thought would be cool to go through because there's probably stuff going all the way back to the 90s related to Star Wars and things. And then one of them has a bunch of reaction figures. But the other boxes, I'm not quite sure what's in them. I didn't label them, and it's going to be a mix of whatever. I pulled a lot of these out from under the bed because that's the next section I got to go through and sort for.
So this is so some of these boxes are going to be a surprise.
Yeah, and some of it. I've probably not seen some of this stuff in a few years, so I mean, we don't know what we're going to find. All right. So, first thing we got looks like some old Toy Biz Marvel Legends or Marvel, Marvel Toy Biz. It's before Marvel Legends even.
Wow!
So looks like we have a 2-pack here of Bishop and Apocalypse.
So is this 90s, John?
Yeah, let's see what year this is. 1994. 1994.
Wow.
30 years.
So,
man,
bow
Bishop,
before me and tremble as I rip the universe apart.
That's how Jen talks to Mark.
The old X-Men cartoon was great. I don't know if you've been watching the new 97. That thing.
Well, I love the old one, and I can't really bring myself around to this new one yet because I keep hearing good things, I keep hearing bad things, and I'm like, oh, so. And what I'm going to do is wait till it finishes and just binge watch the lot on my own.
Yeah, do it.
Because I love the original series; it was amazing.
Look at Geek Strong here. I hope the boxes that were under the bed don't have any sex socks in them.
Oh, yeah. If I see something like that, we'll quickly hide it. You know.
Oh.
You only find them at Rum's house.
No, I don't really have any. What do they call them? Monkey socks? Marvel superheroes Daredevil. The red. This is the rare one. This one is the red one. Is the it's kind of a mistake. They later made him more red and black to sort of flesh him out. So this is the the rare one, and I got 2 of them so that, and they're both unpunched. Look at that, they're unpunched even. I
just love the way you did that, John. You went, they're very rare. I've got 2 of them.
Because I was collecting in the 90s, and let me see what year is this. This is, I don't even see a year on this. It's got to be early 90s, and we were collecting back then, and so a lot of this stuff we'd get by word of mouth. Oh, this one's super rare. You got to get it. And So I'd always buy a couple of them because you're just like, am I ever going to find them again? But I mean, I think they're like $30 today. They're not super crazy, you know. Well,
Nice,
we got
aren't they?
a Marvel or DC comic superheroes.
Oh, that's a nice treat, isn't it, Si? Look at that.
Yeah, I love that packaging on them. Loved it.
So this is when Toy Biz bought the license from Superpowers. So what happened was they bought the license and they bought all the molds. So this is the same mold. A lot of these DC superheroes are the same mold as the Superpower version from Kenner, but they're missing their feature that made them. So a lot of times they don't have the special feature. Like I think in the Superpowers, if you squeeze Robin's legs, his arm might punch up in the air or something. But in this, it might not actually work. You know what I mean? Well, it does say Power Chop Action Feature, so maybe it does still work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it does because you can see the motion on there. So he still has his superpower thing, but I don't think every figure still kept their superpower action when they moved to this. And then shortly after, Toy Biz started making their own molds, so the molds started changing. But you'll notice that if you put them side by side with a superpower, a lot of times they look exactly the same.
Exactly the same, yeah.
And you have to be careful about that because, like, especially with Batman, the superpower version can be worth around $100, but the Toy Biz version that almost looks identical, it's like a $5 figure. So yeah.
Well,
Like
it's because of
when
you I got into the new superpowers, John, because you remember Scuba sent me the vintage superpowers Batmobile, and I wanted a Batman to go with it. And you went, oh, they're about $10, $20, Shabby. And I'm like, oh, brilliant. And then you went, yeah, but if you want the cape, it's about $100. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Can't believe it.
We got some 3-packs here. Okay, remember this?
Ooh.
Yeah, remember this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So see what I mean by a mix? Like this is only a couple years old, right? Like, so I was just throwing things in boxes and putting them away until I could sort through it later.
I'm a proper sucker for foil packaging. I used to. I'm terrible for it.
Yeah.
Anything foily or shiny or
the crazy arm Luke. Look at that arms. Those arms are terrible, right?
Oh yeah. Don't anyone say Shabby's arms. Don't anybody say
Yeah, those are those Shabby arms? What? You know?
Shabby Skywalker. Yeah, nice. Kept them in nice, Nick. And what the ages of these, John? Are these modern or are these?
Well, these are only a few years old, right? Didn't they?
Yeah.
Weren't they like, yeah.
About 4 or 5 years now, isn't it? Them so
Yeah,
they're nice. Yeah.
Well, this is
Them packages are beautiful.
Yeah, the Luke Skywalker pack. And what else we got? We got a that was the speeder, right? The ship from Force Awakens. It was. What was it? The deleted scene. It was a deleted scene, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, I got all them, and it was the deleted scene when they're on the snow in the Force Awakens. Yep.
There's supposed to be a gun there, right? Wasn't there a gun?
Yeah, it was a gun that goes on it, and one of them it came with a fin and a stormtrooper, I think, and he held onto the gun. Yeah.
Oh, there's a little landing gear there, so it can stand up. Got it. Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice toy.
And then we got a Hawk. What just moved here? Oh, we got a screw. Look at that. There's a drywall screw.
Vintage.
Yeah, another Hoth guy. So there we go.
Yeah, even I bought that figure because it was on Storm Action Figures a couple of years back, and it was like half price, and I thought I'm going to get that. I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, R2D2.
Awesome.
I forgot
That's
I
a
had.
beaut, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I saw that Echo, but I didn't want to pay 200 quid for it.
You saw
That's how much they're teaching it. Yeah, for over here, Echo, it was
really?
£200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. For Dirty R2.
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah,
Couldn't
for that
you
one.
buy one that's clean and throw it in the mud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way.
So, John, don't take that one in the bath.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I didn't even know I had these. I didn't realize I bought the. I was saying to someone the other day. I think I might have been talking to Geek Strong or something, saying like, I wished I had gotten the episode 1 figures. There they are. So yeah, that's. I guess I did buy them. These are cool. I love the packaging of episode 1. I've always
they're
thought
beautiful, aren't they? Yeah.
it's
Again,
too bad.
foily, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too bad they switched it for episodes 2 and 3. By the time you get to 3, you got that weird oval bubble package. That's just terrible.
It was awful. I've got a few of them left, and I never liked that. But you can open it easy from the back, so it was sellotaped, wasn't it? So if you wanted to open the figure, it was pretty straightforward. Yeah, Qui-Gon, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I like Qui-Gon.
Kieran says you need an empty box now, John, to put those toys in because you're running out of floor space.
Yeah, right.
Battle Droid. Yeah.
Great design, the Battle Droid, wasn't it? Love that thing.
Wow, we got a lot of guys in there. So we got, Luke, Snow Speeder Luke, right? And then Luke, Dagobah.
Yeah. Oh, Black Series. Look at this side.
A Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Another Boba Fett. Guess I bought 2 of Boba Fett.
Nice.
Oh, I guess I got 2 of Luke too, because here's another Luke. I probably found the cheap somewhere, right? Yeah. And then the Han Carbonite.
Yeah, I've got that, but mine came from Amazon with I made a video on it years ago with a massive crease down it, and Jen kicked off about it in one video. Do you remember the side? The nerve.
Yeah.
The nerve.
They were nice figures, them Empire Strikes Back anniversary ones, weren't they?
Yeah. So
the Return of the Jedi ones, I picked them all up, but the Empire Strikes Back ones, I own a couple of them. I own that Hoth one. Connor got me the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So there's a couple like that, but Return of the Jedi ones filled my boots.
It is funny because that Snow Speeder Luke was one I actually did buy twice. It came in the box too, and I needed it for the Black Series store Snow Speeder that came out. So it's a great. I agree with that. Universal Toy Collector says fantastic first box. That John, it is.
How the hell did I have you in here?
I know it's always the crimson factor.
Kieran says Sagsy's box are like Noah's Arks. The toys come 2 by 2.
Yeah.
You're never quite going to get them back in the way you had them when you first, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Si was baffled by this, though, because Si was talking to Hawkspot about this. And Adam says it as well. Always buy 2 of everything. That's the first rule of collecting. But you're unsure about this, aren't you, Si? There's 2 of 2.
I always think if I buy 2 of the same figure, with that money, I could have bought another one. So I don't get it. I don't get why you need one to display, you need one to put away, and you need one just in case one's the best one, just in case. Yeah. Just in case what? If you've got a 5-year-old, guess what? All 3 are going. Never mind that one.
We all do it, though. You know, when you're moving your stuff and one drops and you're like, oh no, because you get a dent in your card, or you know what I mean. You can't find a gun. It's a nightmare. So.
What do most of the chat do? Do most of the chat buy 2 of each figure, or do they just buy 1 single? For me, I prefer 1 single. If I'm going to leave it open, I'll open it. If I'm leaving it boxed, it stays boxed. But I don't really feel the necessity to buy 2 or 3 of the same figure.
I think it depends on the toy, though, Si. It's like what Johnson about Daredevil. He got 2 of them because they're rare. You know what I mean?
And like, you know, with that Boba Fett, like Luke was probably an accident. I might have bought him thinking I didn't have them, and I ended up with 2. I thought maybe I saw him on clearance one day or something like that. But the Boba Fett, I know the Boba Fett was on purpose, because a lot of times with Boba Fett, especially a box like that where it's that Empire card or the Star Wars carded one or something like that, you know they're going to go up in value, and 10 years from then, from the time you buy it, you're going to, I might want to trade it or use it for something to get something else later on, you know what I mean? And so there's always, a lot of times there's that in the back of my head. Like, I wish I bought, like back when the vintage collection was first coming out, I bought 1 of each figure, just like you would say, and I opened them all. Okay.
Yeah, I opened all mine.
I got like that Darth Malik or whatever open. I got like Ahsoka open.
The Ahsoka one I opened. I kept the cards. Did you keep the cards though?
Yeah, I do. I have the card somewhere.
I keep the cards.
Ahsoka went to like a $600 or $700 figure. So it's like, man, if I had bought 2 of those, you know. So a lot of times I buy two for that reason, because if
So it's
if
not necessarily buying it for your collection and keeping it fit. It's more of a case of, like you said, it's the investment for the future. It's the what if of the future, and what if anything, like you did say, your figure did snap and you've got a backup.
Well, because part of it is like, I run into this question a lot. Like I had 3 copies of say Spider-Man number 300, which is the first appearance of Venom.
Yeah.
And I may have paid like 50 cents for each copy. Okay.
Yeah.
But people back then were like, why are you buying 3 copies? And I'm like, because it's the first appearance of Venom. If something happens and this character takes off, I don't want to sell the one I own. I want to keep it in my collection forever. But I do recognize that if it becomes something that's worth $10,000, I sure as hell am going to try to cash in and get $10,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to do it with my only copy. So, and I did that. During COVID, I sold one of the copies. I still have 2 now, but I sold my 3rd one. And I sold the lowest grade. It was like a 7.0 or so. And I got $1,200 for it. I ended up getting $1,200. So I'm like, I turned a 50-cent thing that I bought 3 of into $1,200. You know what I mean? And I still have it in my collection.
Yeah.
So if I didn't buy multiples, I would never have sold it, no matter how much money it's worth, because I don't want that hole in my collection. So I've learned through the years, like when Darth Vader number 3 came out from Marvel, the recent stuff, I went to my lunch break. I bought the comic on my lunch break, went and sat down, ate my lunch. I read it, found out about this cool character, Dr. Aphra, that they just introduced. Yeah. I immediately went back to the comic store and bought all the rest of the copies they had in the store. And the guy's like, what are you doing? Why are you buying like 9 extra copies of this book? And I'm going, because Dr. Aphra is going to be something. This is an incredible character. I agree. And it was her first appearance. And I've got 2 of them signed by the creators of the comic, and it's like now they're like $300 an issue. You know what I mean? So it's like, I can sell a couple at $300 and be okay with it because I've still got it in my collection. You know what I mean? Oh, so I don't see why more people aren't doing that. I mean, it's almost like you're crazy not to buy an extra if you know it's going to go up in value. And I guess I've been doing it for 40 odd years, so I know now. I can just tell when I see something. I got that inkling. This is going to be worth something in the future.
Well, it's like what Connor says right here. Connor says, I buy 8 of each so I can scalp other people. Oh, Connor. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure it steals your heart away.
But the stuff, I don't scalp like when it's out in stores. The stuff I sell, it's 10 years old or 20 years old. You know what I mean? That's when I sell them,
So let's see what the chat says. Jonathan says, just buy one for the most part. No point in to be sorting 2 of everything. GTM says, 1 single partly because I'm a Yorkshireman and I'm also not a millionaire. Right? BOE says, I got 16 Woolworth Darth Vaders, 8 Elephant Mons, and about 10 Vader Veebs. Oh, wow.
See, I need an F-Up Man. So, like, if he's got something, so if I got something I want that's a duplicate, I need an F-Up Man. There we go. Like, we can
Geek Strong Power the Force 2 line. I put 2 of each, 1 to open, 1 to keep on card. Our Luke says, if it's a cheap line, I do like to get it a carded version and a loose version to display together. But expensive lines, 1 does me. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's how I look at it. It's it's the price of stuff, isn't it? I'm with Si. I buy 1 and I either open it or I don't, says our Kev. And then I only buy 2 of all TBC, to be fair. If I'm buying a vintage Joe, then I'll just buy the 1. Well, again, I suppose it's more pricey, isn't it? Oppie says 1 to keep, the other one's to get opened. Right. So, I think everyone's on the same type of page side. I think it comes down to how you collect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can either be an inbox collector, an outbox collector, but then if you're both, it's going to cost you, innit?
Yeah.
But in the long run, John, like what John said, in the long run, the cost comes back. So you're not necessarily losing out, are you?
Sometimes, I mean, I do have to admit, all those Star Trek Playmates figures I bought have still never gone above $5 or $10.
Yeah.
Look who's here.
Again, 30 years from now, John. You never know, do you?
You never know. Yeah.
Mr. Rum's coming to see you. Has Super Awesome showed his exclusive UK only confused insurance Brian the Robot? They're hard to get.
He's over there. He's right over there, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
He's right over
Brian the
there.
Robot. You know, I've
All
got he's in my group, him and Geek Strong in the movie one. I'm going to get hammered tonight. Hammered.
Yeah.
We got an Electra.
Right?
Electra in there.
Is that Diamond Select?
This is it's still a Toy Biz.
Toy Biz.
Let's see what it says. It's
Oh, Kev, that's brilliant. Kev goes, I've got 18 TVC Landos. One day I'll have the last laugh.
1996.
Good old Jason's here. Hello, Shabby, Si, and Super John.
1996. It is 1996.
Is condition important to you, John? Because everything you're pulling out here looks immaculate.
I mean, if I get it in nice shape, I like to keep it in nice shape. Yeah. I mean, but it's not. I don't mind a slight ding or something here. Oh, we got a Jar Jar.
Oh, Jar Jar.
These went on clearance at some point, so I probably bought it.
It was always for $8.99. I bought me when I bought our Claire one. Claire, I got.
Yeah, I love that. I like the shield in it. I think it's mint.
Yeah.
Because there's two, weren't there? You could get one that didn't have the shield.
Oh, the Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's nice. I've got that one. I buy Return of the Jedi Black Series.
John BOE says, plus the Mon prototype loose graded.
Really? You've got a prototype. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great figure. I love that.
I've got Clone Troopers prototypes, but not in a Simpsons prototype. And
Biker.
A Black Series, was it the Seventh Sister prototype or whatever that was?
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Two lovely figures, aren't they?
Some of the Playmate Star Trek has increased a little, like the Gorn. Has it? Have they gone up? Yeah, that's
there's a few. Like 7 of 9 is now probably a $90 figure in the package because she was
that figure there. Why would you open that? Look at the box and everything. It just matches. The whole thing's a work of art to me. So why would you ever even like, you know?
And I didn't open it because it's not something that was in the movie, and my loose displays are generally what's from the movie. So I just kept this one because he was cool looking.
Hey, Rob. Nice to see you, Rob. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
We've got some troop building stuff here.
Archives, brilliant. I loved them.
And what are these? A couple of sand people. Oh, look at that. I could use another one of these opened. But with I usually like 3 or 4 of the troopers, and I only got 2 sand people standing in my display at the house. So there we go.
Awesome.
You see, that I do get, you know, like for overbuying, like when it's a Sand Trooper or it's a Storm Trooper, I do get buying loads of different ones of them. Do you know? Minifigures. Seasons out. Oh, the Looney Tunes one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, great.
One. Okay, we got a deluxe Darth Maul with a little lightsaber thing. Does he? I think he clipped the lightsaber.
He does, and that's so weird because Andy and Gary, they just sent me one of them with Qui-Gon on it, exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I could bring this one up to Joe Fest, and then we can have a battle.
Can have a duel. What is it? You stick your figure in and he spins round. What is it?
Oh yeah, look at that.
I'll just get mine and see if it's here.
Action.
Yeah, he's got the action feature. And then we got, oh, look at this one. This is cool. It's there's parts falling all over the place here. Hold on.
Yeah, okay. I'll show you, John, while I'm there. There you are, look. That one.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
With that, and I think you press the button and it...
There you go.
Action packed.
Yeah.
We can have our own duel of the fates.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you something? Did you not just love the packaging for the episode 1 stuff?
I
loved it. That red and black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
These
and
diorama
gold Star Wars
boxes are
badge.
incredible. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that packaging.
I love these packs as well. I remember the Tatooine one. It always had the background, didn't it, John? And
Yeah.
the Tatooine
Yeah.
always Uncle Ben and all that. You know, it was perfect.
You know
Uncle
what I
Ben.
want to get? I want to get that box. You know the Jabba's like box when he's at the pod race and they have the, isn't it like they have the big pterodactyl alien and like Warwick?
Yeah.
Warwick Davis's characters in there and someone else. Like, I want that. I want that box set. And then we have,
Yeah, great figures, Sam.
oh, we got Stan Lee. Look at that.
Ah,
Oh,
true believers.
is that
Great
Migo,
Stan
John?
Lee. Yeah, Migo, right? Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
Migo. Yeah.
Do you know, sometimes it's so hard to still for me to think that there's no more Stan Lee anymore. It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
Such
Yeah.
a weird world.
Rhino Hobbs has got it perfect. He says, I always buy extras, not because I want to, it's because I'm usually stoned. And I forget I pre-ordered it from a couple.
He forgets that he bought it. Yeah.
We were talking to Odd a couple of days ago, and he's opening his box. He goes, oh man, I've got 3 of them. Why have I ordered another one? Same thing. Oh, brilliant.
Believe me, that has happened to me as well. I forget that I put it in a box, and then I'm just like, oh, I better get that when I see it. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this guy. I really wanted him, and then I go through.
I like the way that John is the very first guest to tidy up a waymark as he's going along. I find that very, you know, most of the guests have left a mess around the room, John, and they've tidied it when they've finished. But it's nice to see you go along.
Look at VTR couldn't get out of his loft size. He's still up there.
He's still up there.
Still up there.
All right, next.
Yeah, he's taking his library books back.
Oh, we got a Transformer box, guys.
Oh,
People like Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We have a Earthrise Cyberverse villains, Cybertronian villains pack. So these guys, I think, so they look the same, right? They look like the same robot, but one transforms into a wolf and the other transforms into a bird. Dun, dun, dun. Can you believe it?
Jimmy.
Yeah. How can 2 of the same thing turn into 2 different things?
You see?
All right. We got
We only ever buy Decepticons in this house. Only one Autobot I've got, and that's the Ark. That's the only one.
oh, this has never been opened. This is a special
He
one.
is, Rob. Our John is a lovely dude. He's, by the way, everyone, if you're not subscribed to John, the link for John's channel is in the description of this video. So you've got to subscribe. You don't know what you're going to see at John's. It's awesome.
Oh, this is still sealed. This is the Soundwave Spy Patrol. So it's probably got Ratbat, Laserbeak, and Buzzsaw in it.
Amen.
The little cassette tape guys that are special edition versions that I never opened. All right, we got, look at this stuff. This is cool. Vintage packaging.
Yeah.
Master Brainstorm. Really cool.
Yeah.
We got Headmaster Chrome Dome.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is another thing. This is another thing. The packaging on this style is so cool.
It takes you way back, doesn't it, John?
Yeah. And we got.
John, I've got a poignant note for you, John. Steve Lord Milvalda says, my mum died when we couldn't remember her blood type. As she died, she kept telling us to be positive, but it's hard without her.
Good joke. Blaster.
That the original.
Yeah, Blaster's cool.
Is that the original?
I always
Blaster?
liked the stuff on that. This is the re-release, I think, from.
I was going to say my G1 card does not look like that box. Mine's all flapping around at the top like it's like.
It took me way back, John. I got it for Christmas. It was the Astro Train in them boxes. It was just, it just took me way back.
Mine white, brilliant figure.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah. Did I not just see that on the new Hasbro Transformers that they're re-releasing? That they're doing it again.
Oh, really?
Mine white. Yeah, I'm sure I saw it on there, John.
Hey Lee, nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Good old super fan here, super fan.
Oh, Weird Wolf.
I didn't really make this many of them.
Oh, this one's an alligator. Look at that. Skull Cruncher. Sounds like someone who'd be in a death metal band.
Yeah.
And on drums, it's Skull Cruncher.
Sorry, Biker says he's going to start buying tons of knockoff from, but you bought one from Temu, didn't you, Sam? You loved it. You thought it was
I was
great.
on Temu and there's a few of these Transformers on there. There was a Nemesis Prime on there, and it looked like one of the really expensive ones, like 50 points of articulation and stuff. So it was 14 quid. So I thought at £14, I'll give it a go. If it's a load of rubbish, I've wasted 14 quid. Who's bothered with that? But if it's great, what a bargain. And it came, and it only came in its tray in a cardboard box. There was no packaging or anything. But I am telling you, what a bargain that was.
Yeah.
I've never been lucky again. I'll tell you the truth. I ordered another one. It was never the same again. But that one was an absolute bargain.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Some of the Transformers that Temu has are exactly like the originals back in the 80s. So much so that I took the Dinobots. I have all the Dinobots that I bought from Temu, and I took them to a store, mixed in with a bunch of my personal Transformers that I've had since I was a kid. And they were all loose. I opened them up, and I said, tell me which ones came from Temu like last week, and which ones I've had since the 80s. And he put 3 of the Dinobots in the old column, being as they were original. And I was like, those came from Temu.
Wow.
So you can't tell. You literally cannot tell. They have the same date stamp and everything. So I from what I understood from when talking to guys about this is that literally there's a factory in China that almost never stopped making a lot of those Transformers. After Hasbro and Takara shut down the line, they just continued making them, and they left the Takara Tomy date stamps in there and everything. And they're using the same metal, the same plastic. They just never stop. The same paint. The sticker sheets exactly the same. The missiles, the weapons. You cannot tell the difference. The box is the same. It's like exact in every detail. And I bought all 5 Dinobots, and I bought Shockwave from Temu, and they're absolutely identical. You cannot tell the difference. So I'm going to buy more eventually because they're cheaper than trying to find an original vintage one on some of these figures.
Yeah, Matt, next time that you're looking for a Transformer, you just to have a look for stuff, just pop your head on Temu.
I've never used one of those guys, team. I've never
because
used
they're really cheap. Like I said, I paid 14 quid, and that was the lot, post and packaging, everything.
Yeah,
so
I've already got 2 knockoff G1 Transformers, Optimus and Grimlock, and they are great. David Wills Toys also says there's some amazing toys. John and I get 2 figures of each because of one loose and one carded. So I think, Si, that's the thing in it. I think that's what a lot of people do. Hi, David, by the way. It's lovely to see you, pal.
Oh, look at this. This I've been looking for. Okay. Who recognizes this box?
I know what it is. Do you know what it is, Simon?
I do, because it's a bit of a cheat, because Jeff Barker's just sent GeForce one, so I know what it is.
You're right, Simon. It's Star Destroyer.
Yeah. So the plan is that this is going where the Razor Crest is. Right. And the Razor Crest is moving over here. There's a spot over here where all the mask is piled up, and the mask is going in the other room. There's a whole new shelf unit that I built for mask, because I got the Boulder Hill play set, and that's the only spot that's big enough to fit the play set. It is going to end up on top of it, and then the mask, all the vehicles are going to go underneath the Boulder Hill in a big shelf, in a big display. So, and the mask.
Do you think they'll bring the Razor Crest back? Do you think the Razor Crest will come back in the Mandalorian movie? Or do you think fans were disappointed because they spent all that money on that Razor Crest and then they blew the thing up? But
not really. It's an iconic. I wouldn't be. It's an iconic ship, and remember the sail barge also blew up. Do you know what I mean? But everyone went back for that. So
and I'm not mad at this. This blew up. This blew up.
Exactly. Twice. That blew up twice, John.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you see it like that. But do you think they'll bring it back though? Do you think the Razor Crest will make a comeback?
Yeah, I don't see why he doesn't find another of that ship. Like, why not just find another version of that ship and fix it up the way you had it,
John, Super Family says that Tommy Puckman in the background was one of my favorite games.
Oh,
think
this
it was
thing?
called Puckman, maybe different in the USA. Yeah, that
Yeah, it's Pac-Man. Yeah.
Pac-Man. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get a battery. Got some
I'd
right
love
over
to
here.
get my hands on a Kenner Death Star. You know what? It's funny that, Biker, because I opened that tub full of old Star Wars stuff. Me and Si first did the Tub Thumpers, and I had loads of Kenner. I must have bought it at a flea market at some side because as we know, it was never sold in England, was it? So, but I had
No.
loads of pieces for it. So,
Well, I didn't know that it was never sold here. I know we never had it, but it was never sold here, was it not?
no, we never. We had the cardboard ones. I remember we had it for about 5 minutes, and then all sort of started fighting on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And I
I
know
like
Tez
that thing you see at Echo now, that acrylic dome that they've made to go over it. That's really nice.
That's
I
really
saw it
impressive.
at Echo, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice touch, that, especially with that cardboard. Do you know what I mean? So it's expensive.
Yeah.
Though. Which one do you prefer, Si? Do you prefer the cardboard one, or do you prefer the Kenner version?
For me, I'll tell you the truth. I've always been very disappointed with all these Death Star play sets. Like, I'd have done it like a Castle Grayskull in like a floor level of floors, and done it that sort of thing. And so I've always been a bit disappointed with them.
I know what you mean, Si. Yeah,
Can you even see it?
just about. Yeah. Wow.
What year was that? 76.
Yeah, it's barely like visible even here.
Great
Amazing.
design, that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to be able to play it like in front of you guys because you can barely see it. But yeah, there you go. That's the music.
But you've done what everybody on Tub Thumpers do. You'll bring out something, or you'll have something in the background, and the chat will go, "Oh no, I haven't seen that for years," or "I used to have that," or that's the best thing about Tub Thumpers.
Yeah. There's
The
all
Action
kinds
Force
of stuff
HQ, yeah.
around,
I love what George Aitken has done with these Action Force HQs. There's about 8 of them all on top of it. It looks brilliant. It looks absolutely brilliant the way he's done it.
Okay, we'll go into some more Star Wars stuff. Let's do this
Yeah.
one. So this one is, hold on, if I bump this, let me see how we can.
I love this. It's been brilliant. What a great episode, Si. Great episode.
Yeah, it's great seeing what people do have in it. What they do collect. So far, Mark, what's your favourite thing you've seen so far?
I like those Toy Biz ones. I like the Superpowers Robin. I thought that was pretty cool. I like those Daredevils. The Black Series, I've got them, but I loved the Pac-Man thing. There's been some awesome stuff he's shown. What about yours?
I'd say it was that green thing at the very beginning.
Yeah. The Inhumanoids thing. Yeah.
Again, I like the Superpowers Robin. That was
Yeah, that was awesome. Carded.
You mean when I blew my nose? So,
yeah.
I used to live in the country manor when I was in New York. This is back when I lived in New York. So this thing is 40 odd years or 30 odd years old. Oh, it's the cantina.
Wow.
The cardboard cantina.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
I think didn't Dino just build this and put his guys in this cardboard one?
I saw that guy who took, because I've got that too, and he made wood and glued it onto the wood, so it's an actual set, instead of just leaving it.
Oh wait, we got join the fan club cards here.
Brilliant.
More.
Hey, John, you should fill him in, send him off, see if you get a reply.
We got my receipt. There's a receipt. Let's see. This was $7.
I know, isn't it mad how many people in these tub boxes have still got receipts for stuff, and it's strange that to me. Because I just thought it was me, but obviously people as mad as I am.
Oh, Jim, good old Largo's Lairs here. Hiya, Jim. Nice to see you, buddy.
Jim.
All right, we got an empty box because this Yoda's in my display, so
yeah,
he's an empty box here.
Yeah.
90s 12-inch, right? Well, when there's an empty R2-D2 box because he's in the display somewhere.
So what was it about Yoda for you, John? How did Yoda become like your number one for Star Wars? And
It was kind of an accident. So it's one of those things where your family members and people you know, they don't know what to buy for you. So somewhere along the line, I think some of my cousins and my aunts and grandparents at Christmas, they were like, well, let's get John likes Star Wars. Let's get him some Star Wars stuff. And I don't think they planned it, but by just luck of the draw, like I think 3 or 4 or 5 of them all got me something with Yoda on it. Because they thought Yoda was a cool looking green alien, you know. They were like, well, that thing looked better than getting a person like Luke with that's just a person. It doesn't really say sci-fi. But you see this little alien guy and that says science fiction. That's what you're into, you know?
Yeah.
So it just so happened that I put all that stuff together on a shelf, and then people were like, oh, you have a Yoda collection. And I'm like, well, I guess I do, you know. And then, so they started playing with stuff, and then Grandma over here, get another Yoda. Here's another Yoda thing for your collection, you know. And then like it just snowballed from there. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And it just so happened that I did like the character. You know, I would quote him. I'd say funny things about him. You know what I mean? And the family would get a laugh.
Des said the same type of thing, you know, because all his family and friends knew he was into Star Wars, so they just buy him anything Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? I'll just give that to Des. You'll love that. Brilliant. Jim Largo's Lair wants to know, is it moving day? No, it's John's tubs, Jim. Look at him. Glorious.
You know what, though? Because we were kids, so it makes you wonder at the time, did people around that time, as in like your aunties and your mums and your girlfriends and that, did they look at Yoda the same way they looked at Grogu today? Like Claire, she knows nothing about Star Wars. She knows who Grogu is. And I've noticed that with a lot of, like, you know, women that are outside of it. They've seen this little cute green thing and jumped straight onto him. But did they do the same with Yoda back in the day? I wonder if that was the same sort of...
I don't think so, but I mean, maybe, because that's why there's so much merchandise with Yoda on it. I mean, maybe.
So this is a green guy, wasn't he?
This is the gold, supposedly it's gold-plated C-3PO from the Action Masters in the 90s. So you basically would buy a number of Action Masters, then you could mail away for the gold C-3PO. But I don't believe it's real gold. I think it's just some gold-colored thing. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't have given it to you for free. Oh, you probably didn't get it for free. You probably had to spend it $10.95 plus 6 proof of purchases. You know?
Yeah.
Plus
George Aiken says he's secretly in Michael French's house and we are playing through the keyhole.
You never know, John. I'd get it tested, get one of them little gold pens on it.
That's right. Mr. Evans.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
The cute, cool factor back in the day. Yeah, maybe that's why Grogu works like it was like the cute Yoda, if it will.
Made in China. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Think about it. Yeah, that's true, Kieran.
We got a raw cliff.
Raw cliff.
Well, I believe this is from Dark Forces, if I remember correct. You remember the video game Dark Forces? Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the Dark Forces. When you bought the video game, you could get a mail-away certificate to mail away for a Dark Forces statue of a stormtrooper from the game. So this is like early 90s, right? After Doom.
What wasn't Dark Forces? Wasn't he Stormtrooper on the covers as well of that? Was it two Stormtrooper shit? Was it a bit like Battlefront, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was like Doom. Remember the game Doom?
Yeah.
We took the engine from Doom and turned it into Star Wars and made Dark Forces. Yeah.
There was some fantastic Star Wars. Rogue Squadron will always be a favourite of mine for Star Wars games. It was just changed basic graphics back on that old Nintendo. Brilliant.
I always liked the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games. Okay, so these are original tickets. Let's see these. Let's look at these. So I have Star Wars tickets. Star Wars adult ticket. And another Star Wars adult ticket. A Star Wars
these were from when, John?
A Star Wars bargain. 131 Friday. It doesn't have the whole date.
Was it special editions though you went to see?
It had to be special editions, right? Because they're 425, 650, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So there's some Empire
I've still got my
Strikes
cinema tickets from the Odeon for them.
and some Return of the Jedi there. And then I have this one, which is an advanced screening ticket that's never been used.
Wow.
So when they sold out, I made some guy wait to the next show, even though the seat was never used. And there's Empire Strikes Back, same thing. And I've got 2 of Return of the Jedi because I think my girlfriend at the time stood me up and didn't show up. So I bought one for me, one for her, and one extra. And then
when we go in Return of the Jedi, nerd seal, I guess.
She was expecting whining and dining. Not
I want to go and see Grease too.
Brilliant. G-Force says, at least 6 countries represented Tub Thumpers tonight: the United States, England, Wales, Ireland, Guatemala, and Australia. Any others, speak up. Yeah, we'd love to know where you're from. And we're at nearly 50, so people in the chat. On a Wednesday night, we always say it, me and Si, thank you all so much. You make it worth doing this, so we really appreciate it. We really do. Dragon Reborn, hiya, pal.
That looks like a Capri. Looks like a Ford Capri.
Well, I had a Chevy Impala, 1967, and it was blue like this, just like this. And it's the same car that the twins, the brothers drive in Supernatural. So I wish I still had the car, but I kept the manual.
What color was it, John? What color was your car?
My car was blue, just like this. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Big old boat. You could fit 12
It looks
people.
like a Ford Capri. It generally does look. Backs a bit, but it looks like a Capri.
I think G-Force is in trouble if they got the lovely Scotland. So, yeah, Scotland's represented G-Force. Jonathan said, John, you should go back now and tell them you just want to see that movie.
That's right. I have a ticket. I have a ticket. All right, so here's a galactic battle mat. Let's see what this is.
Why are you doing that? Geek Strong says, I am confused. Is this an episode of Tub Thumpers or an episode of Hoarders?
So this is the Brain Clone Wars guy. He trained all the clone cadets in the Clone Wars. Brick.
Now that's a hard figure to get hold of.
Yep, and it's got a big giant placemat, like playmat thing that come with it.
See, now that'd be about 100 quid at deluxe, wouldn't it? Stuff like
that. They don't show you the playmat on anything, but this battle mat. There was a game where these figures all came with dice and a card, and you could actually play a dice game, and these were your miniatures. You moved them across the battle mat.
Wow.
Well, that mat was a mail away, and I wanted it for the figure mostly. He's in my bounty hunter display because he was a bounty hunter that trained the clone cadets,
So our Rob Vetro's here. Hiya, Rob. And we've got Justin here. Hiya, Justin, USA Northwest. Good to see you, Justin.
Northwest, best place to be.
You can't fool me. Scotland and Australia don't exist.
Oh, that's nice. Is that a cell, John?
Yeah, the frame. It's a frame from a 70mm shot from the movie, and then they did a Star Wars one. I don't think.
How lovely then.
Okay. These were 1995. 1995.
30 years old, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it? How time flies.
The Naked Green Girl and Salacious Crumb. Damn it. Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, that was the mailer. I've still got the mailer, the white box that went with that, John. I've still got the box.
Yeah, do you know what? I never knew they did that. Being about Return of the Jedi.
That's it. That's exactly it, John. Yeah.
Yep. So
is that expensive now? I wouldn't mind tracking that down. Is that expensive?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's mega expensive.
What's this one? Let's see what this one is.
I remember the holographic Anakin and they all came in those boxes. I've got and Obi-Wan holographic came in those boxes too.
Oh, he's on display. That's a Bomar monk.
Oh,
So-
God.
The Bomar monk came in a box like this, and he's on display. I put him together, and he's on display. We got
That's quite a rare one as well, isn't it? Yeah.
some Build-A-Droid stickers from Disney World.
No way. Middle New Zealand.
This is a mail-away envelopes. Look at that. Look, there's envelopes in here. Nothing.
They're nice, aren't they, BOE? They're nice, them film frames, yeah.
So there's literally nothing in this but envelopes. There must be a card or something that I put on display somewhere. It's probably a Yoda card. He's a Yoda display section. All right. Oh, yes. This is the one that was George Lucas's. I don't want to give away his address. See, it says George Lucas right there. That's his very own early bird Kenner figures.
Wow.
Wow. That's
That's
crazy,
awesome.
that.
Still sealed. I never opened it. So, George Lucas's.
Well, you might as well open it now, John.
While you're here.
Wow, I mean,
Exclusive. Yeah.
Nadar Veb. Nadar got killed by Grievous in the cartoons, so they did a mail away figure of Nadar.
Wow.
Nadar was the Padawan to Plo Koon.
Yeah. I remember his episode in the Clone Wars. It was a good one.
Yeah. So that's still in the mail away box.
Look at that, Si. Brilliant. He's got some awesome stuff, hasn't he? Awesome.
Yeah.
John, we're going to have to do a part 2 with you as well. Part 3, part 4.
Qui-Gon Jinn and Eope.
Yeah.
Eope.
Do you remember
I
the
can hear
open
Andrew Lemire Mark crying at all these mail away boxes. I can hear him crying from here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Don't take the
Oh.
George Lucas figures in the bath, Kev says. Brilliant. Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
becoming quite rare, isn't it? There was a fuss made of that at the last Echo I went to.
I think you should open your own shop, John Biker says. Brilliant. Kit Fisto, Justin says. Was it Kit Fisto's apprentice?
Oh, I got 2 of those. Another Eope.
Eope.
Eope. Okay.
Wouldn't you love to be the guy that came up with the names to call stuff in Star Wars? But how
This
hard
is
that must be.
This is probably one of the Fruit Loops boxes, right? The Kenner cereal box ones.
Right. Yeah, there we are. I've got that figure. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Mhm.
There's a stormtrooper too, right? Like Han and.
But mine, John, of that has gone dead frosty. It's gone dead frosty looking.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like a white powder on it, like a white frost on it. Yeah. Kieran says Sags needs a Tub Thumper trilogy, but no special editions.
There's the Han Solo one. Yep.
Yeah.
He's still there.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so this is really cool. I think I remember what this is.
Yeah, it was Jim.
So
it was
still in
Yeah,
the
the
mail,
original one I loved.
the mail away box, and then we slide the mail away box, and we have Boba Fett.
Oh. Rocket firing. But so they reissued that figure, even though they didn't like.
Yeah, I remember that. Kev. Yeah. Wow.
So that's the actual one that has the rocket that shoots. The
What
Kenner
year was that?
figure,
Like 2012 when they brought that out, something like that.
Kenner figure we never really got.
Yeah.
This was it was mail away only. You could only get it as a mail away. And it was when the vintage collection stuff was starting to hit, right? So they did it VCP03. My eyes are so shot. 2010. So you were close, right?
Right, yeah, and I remember it around there because I remember that, and I definitely remember it was a mail away. You're right there, John. BOE says there is a UK version of that Spirit of Obi-Wan from Our Price. Wow, is Our Price still going, Si? Have we still got Our Price?
No.
Has it gone? Yeah,
Gone.
I bet he still
I
has
don't know if
loads.
it's still there in a
Yeah.
couple of other cities and places, but no, ours has been gone years.
Yeah,
And then I
we'll
got
be-
a second one of that Boba Fett there.
So you got two of them.
Yeah, another Nadar Veb. And what's this one? Nick Fury. Oh, look at this one. This is a this is kind of cool.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. And then see if this pops out here so that we can see him.
What did you think of that Secret Invasion show, John? Of Nick Fury's character in that?
I didn't mind his character. I didn't really like the show that much.
I don't think anybody
No,
did.
it was like, it weeks
Oh,
him
that-
up, I thought.
So he's a highly articulated Nick Fury with his badge and guns. And there's some
Yeah, man.
stuff in the little pouch back there.
Look at that. That's what I've never seen that. Have you, Si?
No man can hide from Nick Fury. Brilliant.
Justin says I had two prototype Boba Fett mail away. Sadly, one was stolen when I moved on. Nightmare, pal. Nightmare. I hate stuff like that.
John's got it in his box here.
Right? Yeah, I don't know what happened to yours, but mine just happened right
See, you could
here.
have bought two. If you'd have bought two, this is what we've learned a lesson tonight. If you'd have bought two, there'd have been none of this.
In catalogue, look at that.
A little cap 2 part, you know?
Yeah. Adam says, right, I can't be the only one who's disappointed we've not seen Bigfoot yet. Seen everything else. Typical conspiracy theorists.
No, I swear you're wrong. I've seen him walk past the window a few times,
Yeah.
Adam. You've just not been looking.
Oh. Has it been raining down in Florida, John? Because it's been pouring down here.
No, it's been freaking hot as hell.
Yeah, yeah.
It was almost 100 degrees yesterday. It was so
Wow.
hot.
Wow.
Oh, what a great place to live, Florida. Oh, it's all right for
Well,
some.
we went out in the morning, and I was like, "We're done. Let's go home. This is terrible." You know.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
All right, where are we on time?
We've got
Well, that's not nice.
10
no.
minutes.
No.
So we can fly through another one in 10 minutes. That'd be awesome.
Here we go.
Not worse than a thief, Justin. Nothing
Yeah,
worse than a thief.
scumbags, Justin, scumbags.
Oh, we picked the right box. Look at this.
Oh,
one.
here we go. Here we go. Save the best till last. Oh,
Venom.
Ooh.
Venom
That's
Marvel from the 90s. Look at that hot cars. Look at this Captain America's car. Punisher Venom and a cool Spidey 3-wheeler. And you too could dress up like Captain America, Si.
Oh, why did I miss out on
You
that?
got these, you know. Let's
Brilliant.
see. We got, the green.
Oh, lovely.
He really throws pumpkins.
That's
See?
fetching a fair price, that, you know.
He really throws pumpkin bombs. They couldn't put the word bomb on a toy package today, though.
No.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, immaculate, these.
So
I love
this
that
is,
Spider-Man figure.
well, this is the Spider-Man with suction cups, so he could climb the wall.
Yeah, stick him on the hands, yeah.
The Spider-Man with the multi-jointed. He had super articulation, so
Wow.
he could bend and move all over the place.
And yet
So
now
how
the
do you-
figures are all expected to be like that now, aren't they?
Yeah. Having this much
Yeah.
articulation was a gimmick back then. It was like,
Yeah,
that's a special feature, you know?
crazy.
Oh, we have Annihilus. This is a cool character. I keep
Yeah.
waiting for him to show up in the MCU. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, where is this guy?
It's
He'd be
those
really-
card backs. They're absolutely fantastic, those card backs.
yeah.
They really are.
I tell you, when you look at that Archangel wing set of the new Marvel Legends, that'd be a great figure to redo, wouldn't it, now, with the wings?
Stariors. True vintage. This is awesome stuff.
Don't even know what that is.
I love Stariors. These were awesome figures.
Who made them, John?
The Protect Tomy.
Tommy. Wow, man.
We had the Protectors and the Destructors. Man is forced to abandon the surface of Earth. Robot guardians are created. The Protectors to make Earth habitable for future man. The Destructors to destroy invading aliens. Meanwhile, man awaits underground. Everything works smoothly until... ... The Destructors turn against man. No!
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
And then we have the leader of the bad guys, the leader of the Destructors.
Wow, look at these, Si.
His name,
Is that like a comic book you got with him?
yeah, a little comic, just like the Marvel or the He-Man came with comics. These came with comics also. And this guy's name was Slaughter Steelgrave. They had really names, like.
Oh, brilliant.
You wind them up, and the weapon in their chest moves in and out or spins, like does all this. They're pretty cool. So it looks like I got the bad guys here. Yeah, I got all 3 bad guys on card.
G4 says Mosquito's head on that top Staria. Yeah.
Stariors are really difficult to find on a mint package because the plastic actually started shrinking with age. And
Right.
it pulls the box up. It makes it pull the box from every side,
Yeah, it's
So
a good name, isn't it? Stariors.
Yeah. But I love Stariors. I think I got the whole set over there on display as loose figures, and somewhere along the lines I found these 3 carded and I bought them. I was like, oh, I can't pass these up.
Kev's got a question for you both. What's the collective noun for more than one Bigfoot? Is it Bigfoots, big feet, big-footed, or big-footed? Kev just can't let it go. He's baffled.
I think it's called Run Away.
Run away. There you go, Kev.
Fast as you can, because it's like running into more than one bear. You don't want to do it.
I'll be all right. I've got my penknife. I'll be
Is that
fine.
everything in the tubs, John?
Yeah, we're good. I mean, there was one more that had reaction figures in it, but we don't need to
Get
see
it out.
You want to see it?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Got a good 10 minutes left, yeah?
There's 50 in the chat. We might as well open another tub while we're here.
Let's have one last drink before you go
This
home.
one actually has a label that says reaction figures. So I was like, I know what's in this one.
Big toes. Nice one, George.
So this is back before Super 7 got them.
Cheers, Ricardo. You're an absolute star, mate.
Look at that. Barney, the dog.
Oh, DTM are like them. He loves gremlins and so does Helen, that sort of stuff.
Do you remember? I want your dog. I want.
Oh,
dog.
Billy Peltzer.
Billy, yeah. Why did he never make another one of them? It'd be prime now to make another Gremlins. It'd be brilliant.
Would you want to see one today with today's world? I wouldn't.
I've showed Lucy watched it last year and she wet herself at the kitchen scene. She her face, John and Si. You want to see her face? Oh, look at them. Night Before Christmas, yeah.
These are probably the first run of them too. They've continued to do these through the years. And
there's something.
I'm relaxed. He likes that sort of stuff.
Yeah, see, this is when they were still in Everett, Washington. So that's when I lived in Seattle. That was just north of me. That's when I was buying these.
Kieran says Marvel Comics produced a 4-issue Star Wars comic book series back in the day. Wow, did they?
I have it, yeah, and I actually have like 10 copies of it, yeah. Which end do we start with? Oh my goodness. Let's pull these out. We got Stranger Things. Okay, that's fairly recent, right?
I love that show. I think it's brilliant.
Dustin and Will. I probably found these on clearance somewhere and picked them up. A lot of these are stuff that I'd find on clearance or find cheap somewhere, and I just grab them when they were cheap. The Terminator. Arnold.
The collective noun is Yetis.
Yeah, this is definitely a DTM box.
Oh, we got the other 3 there. There we go. They're in a 3-pack.
Cool. Oh yeah, I saw the Gizmo. I never watched it. I saw it on HBO, but I should watch that. You're right. Oh, brilliant! I've got them for our side. That one, and I've got his girl. What was his girlfriend called in it?
Ali?
That's it. Yeah, I got him. Karate Kid and Ali.
Man.
Oh, Chunk.
Oh, now that's perfect. I would love that. A figure of me as a kid, brilliant.
You have to do the. Was it called the Truffle Shuffle?
Yeah.
Oh, Lilo Dallas multipass.
That's how me and Claire got together.
Really? Yeah.
She's wearing the same outfit. Or what side? One of them.
I said that. That was it.
Oh, here we go. Kyle Reese.
He can't be reasoned with. He can't be bargained with. And he absolutely will not stop unless you are dead. I love Kyle Reese, dude. Brilliant.
Come with me if you want to live.
This season, isn't it? The last season of Stranger Things. It's meant to be this year. Yeah, it feels like forever. That last season was awesome as well, wasn't it, Mr. Redmond? I loved it. Oh,
I stopped watching it when they killed Sean Astin off. I was that disgusted in that ending when they killed him off. I didn't watch it again.
Yeah, I know DTM's a big fan of the movie ones, isn't he? Look at that.
Yeah, I know he likes old Terminator stuff and RoboCop, and he loves stuff like this.
So we've got both versions of this. So there was the normal version, and then they did a special edition vac metalized one. We got both of them.
Sometimes I think that company doesn't know what they've got on their hands, because if they were to do a trilogy of just that war, I'll tell you what, it would be one of the biggest franchises ever, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Well, the Demigorgons. So the regular one, and then the Chase version.
Have you seen the Skeletor with the Demigorgon yet in Target? I haven't seen it.
I bought him already. I got him.
You've already got him?
Yeah. Oh, Big Trouble in Little China.
Brilliant. Look at that.
Mr. Burton.
This is Lopan.
Oh,
Mr. Lopan.
Oh, next year. Cheers, Gerard. Next year, Jonathan. So.
Oh, I see. So that was the Lopan in the glow in the dark, and this is the regular Lopan, and he comes with the beholder. He comes with that little beholder guy.
Yeah, who did that artwork? Was that Juice Drusen too? It was.
Thunder. There's Thunder.
That's so cool.
Oh, I remember. I used to think it was like Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like Raiden. Yeah. And there's Rain.
Brilliant.
This is when Reaction was cool. And we have Lightning.
Great figures.
Yeah, I know Jason would like him. You know, we should have.
I'll tell you what, the art for them is they're superb cards, them, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's the greatest one of all, Jack Burton.
Mr. Burton.
Let me tell you, when life gives you a.
But that's the thing about these reaction figures. The figures could be anything. It's the card backs in it, because they're all our old movies, so we love them. I mean, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Marty McFly with his skateboard. With his skateboard. Oh, there's Doc Brown. The Doc.
Brilliant. Great Scott.
Yeah.
Low pan, high pan, and frying pan.
Mr. Miyagi.
Oh,
brilliant.
With his bonsai tree.
Super 7 Transformer. Yeah, I got signed the gold Megatron one. It was $7 in Target.
And Johnny Lawrence. Johnny. So these are the ones that I need to get some cases for them so I can hang them up, because those. Oh, Kane with the chest burster.
Oh, look at that.
Brilliant.
Really?
Yeah.
Looks like a little dealy coming out of his chest there. See it?
Oh.
Come out,
John, he was too good in that scene, wasn't he? He really did make you believe something was coming out of his chest, didn't he, John?
Oh, yeah. Our DTM side didn't even know there was Big Trouble reaction figures. Look at this.
Well, we'll have a look, Dave, at next Toy Fair. We'll have a look for him.
Oh, we have an extra one. We got 2 of that guy. Is there maybe there's a special version of Kane? Oh, and here's Kane before he got face hugged when he was in the space.
That's not a bad figure. They're all right, man.
Yeah, the space suit's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, John.
He's got 2 of them, Jonathan.
And then what do we got? Oh, we got Ripley in the spacesuit.
Wow.
Great card, that.
Oh, yeah. Then we got, the alien.
The Xenomorph. What a great design that thing is, isn't it? Just
Beautiful.
Yeah. In Germany, you have a whole Geiger restaurant. The whole thing looks like something from Alien. Even every chair, the toilets, everything. If you go on YouTube, you can see it.
Had to get 2 of the alien, I guess. So that's that box. Now I'm out of boxes. You guys are out of luck, I think.
And we...
Oh, look at all that tidying up.
Absolutely brilliant job. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow, I just knew it. You know what I mean? Absolutely fantastic. So Jumpy says he's got the Reaction ET3 pack with ET, Elliot, and Gertie. I bet that's a cool one to have as well. I think if I was going to get it, I'd do what John does, he'd get the old 80s ones like the Goonies, Back to the Future,
yeah.
ET, that kind of thing. So let's have a look. G4 says Chestbuster looks like a willy coming out of him on that scale.
It does. It does. Yeah.
It was nice to watch Spanks taking his toy inventory tonight. Taking his toy inventory. Thanks to Spanks, Shabby, Si, and everyone in the chat. Take care. Cheers, Kieran. Honestly, John, absolutely super fan.
So I hope you got a good. I hope you got a good look at it. I mean, there was a nice mix of vintage and modern, don't you think? I mean, that was a pretty good mix.
John, it was absolutely.
The thing is, it's you, John, and we could do a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, a part 5, a part 6. You know, let's be fair. And like, I agree with half the chat tonight because it started off with you wanting to do a tour of stuff. I do think I would like you back in the future for a part 2, if you don't mind. And we will finish off the rest of that off.
If you'll come back on and do a part 2, John, that would be awesome. That would be really
yeah. And I'll figure out whatever the heck went wrong with my phone, and we can actually do a proper tour and look around. You know,
Blacked Out Ewok says in India they made the Chapati Kids starring Varun Pandey. Oh, they are. See, all this stuff we're learning. Wow, John, your collection looks in mint condition. Absolutely awesome. And like I say, most of you know who John is. He's been with us since the beginning. But if there's anyone in there that's watching or watches the replay, John's channel you'll love it. And the subscription, is what am I talking? The description of it, the link. Look at me.
The link is in the description.
You know what I mean? He's down there. It's down there.
The link is in the description.
He's got a loop for it.
Brilliant, John. Super awesome. Brilliant. Super awesome, John. Amazing collection. Good night, George. Our Kev said absolutely superb. Love that chunk. That was my favorite. Yeah, that was brilliant.
And that's why, because like I said, we have to have you back because that's just, I know you. It's the cream in all that trifle. This is just the cream at the top, isn't it? It's like it's got.
We haven't even got to the jelly yet, Si. We haven't even got to the jelly.
No, all the sponge bit, nothing.
Yeah, brilliant. Great shot. Everybody's loving it. So, well, we had, like I said, nearly 50 and more all the way through. So brilliant. Sags, I'm quite familiar with your visible collection. But seeing what you've not got on display has been great. It has,
yeah. And some of it is I just don't know how. Like I said, if I might buy some more of those clamshell plastic cases with the hangers to put all those reaction things on display because they are cool looking, and it's a shame they're just hiding in a box. You know,
it is, yeah. And that's what a lot of people have said that they've come on Tub Thumpers, John, where they've opened it. Oh, I should have that on display. They forget about stuff and have it right there. Kieran says we wasted 40 bloody minutes talking about bloody Bigfoot.
No, we like to be educational on this show as well. It's not just about fun; it's about education as well.
Oh, to be fair, John's collection of hats could fill an entire episode. Yeah, he's got a good point.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, hold on, let me grab one thing real quick here.
Okay. Oh, look who's here. Good old
Crazy.
Hiya, pal. Nice to see you. Jumpy
says,
great
collection, that Mark, wasn't it? Great collection.
Awesome.
Great collection.
Oh, they are. Thank you, G-Force. So there's super awesome as well right there. Good
so I do love that you, Si, in your little short, you were also able to include Supermom. So I appreciate that so much. And it's fitting that you put the shark. It's fitting that you put the shark in there because Supermom just got me this, and I think it needs to slip on because
Put it on. You've got to get that on.
It is a shark costume that she got me.
Come on, put it on. I've got my screenshot button ready. Get it on.
Oh man, that is well. What a great ending! You do realise though, if Si takes a picture of this, he's going to use it on everything.
I don't even know how you get it on. Hold on a second here. Oh, I see. It's supposed to go like this. Okay.
And food, yeah.
So Mom,
I expect to see you marking one of these next week. I expect to see you in one of these shark outfits.
Mom had seen the videos with the shark.
Oh,
with the shark hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you look at all the boxes I'm dealing with. See what I'm
Oh my God.
You could have kept going. Yeah. I don't even know if this is gonna fit.
God, squeeze in. Oh my God.
Oh my life, that is brilliant. That is absolutely
get
brilliant.
The top on. I don't know if I can get the top on. Hold on. I can't even walk.
Oh,
It's the leg. It's just like.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Oh.
That's just crazy.
Oh.
Oh.
No way. No way. The tubs, it was worth it just for that.
I know we should have had him put that on for a beginning and just dance around for 2 hours. That'd have been great.
So thanks to Supermom for that.
Look at
brilliant.
You talk for that, John. Brilliant. Hey, wait, was John one of the sharks at the Super Bowl? Oh, brilliant.
It doesn't quite fit. It's a little bit too big for it.
Look at him. Good thing he didn't put it on backwards. Sanksy's OnlyFans edition. Brilliant. If you just tuned in, don't ask. Oh, brilliant. Oh, yeah, amazing. That bumping. Hey, Gaz, thanks for coming, pal. Oh, brilliant. Look at him. I was laughing the balls. I thought it was
Stu's gonna be like, if you expect to come on the next trivia show, you gotta wear that.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
Look at BOE.
Next time I watch you on the stream, I expect to see you in that shark outfit. I really do. Oh, that's brilliant.
It's like look at BOE, the things people do for you.
Brilliant.
Oh, I know. Oh man, honestly, Carol, it makes me laugh better. But anyway, we are done. This has been a fantastic episode. Thank you so much. Yeah. And we're definitely. But I think the chat will agree. We are definitely bringing John back for a part 2, part 3, part. Dress up. Yeah, brilliant. All right, John, have you got anything coming up before we go? Any you want to advertise?
Well, I am working on 2 things. I got a nice big box from 1000th Ghost, and I did the video, and I just want to do a couple little audio tweaks to it before I put it out. I got lost in Diablo 4 yesterday and today, so I didn't get to finish the video yet. And then I did also just get this. Speaking of Transformers, I just got the new Optimus Prime. They're calling this the Lost. What is it? The Missing Link. Right. So what this is exactly like the original Optimus Prime, except it's highly articulated.
Lovely.
So it's
And they're
not
doing-
it's not an exact copy of the G1. They've articulated it even more.
Yeah, his legs
Wow.
bend, the feet move, the elbows and hands bend and move, the fingers open and close. It's like the toy we wish we had when we were kids.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
but it's still got the metal parts and the same transformation. It looks the same, like in the vehicle mode and everything. So this is very, very cool. And they're coming out soon with a Bumblebee and a cliff jumper. So I want to get those as well. And I'm going to probably be stuck with this line. This is a good line, and I'm very happy with it. So this video will be coming out soon when I show this and compare it with the original, so you get to see them side by side.
Oh,
And
look out for that. Yeah, I'll definitely look out for that video.
Yeah.
I'd like to
But
see
they're-
that thing open.
they're basically only from Japan right now. They don't really. So you got to find an outlet that sells Japanese stuff to get them. So it took
Yeah.
me a while to track this down at a good price.
Awesome, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
We've got
Good stuff.
I might see you again this Friday, because this Friday on ZSR, it's on Match Channel, ZSR this Friday, it's our 150th episode. Do you believe that?
Yeah. So you're doing a round table thing?
So everyone's welcome. We're having a party. We're at a party at Zero Hunter Toys. So we're all having a party at Matt's. So if anyone wants to join in for that on Friday, and we've already got our guest for next week for Tub Thumpers. But me and Si always say, if you watch Tub Thumpers, you know it's just all the lads hanging out. If you ever want to come on and show your tubs, we would love to have you. Don't worry about things like, oh, my camera, oh, my thing with that. It's Shabby's. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Just come on. Do you know what I mean? And come on and have a good time with us. But
Yeah,
apart
so
from
I
that-
hope Jono and I hope Kieran are listening to that advice, because we would like you both on. Get yourself a cam.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely brilliant. But on that note, say goodbye, Simon.
Goodbye, Simon.
Say goodbye, Johnny boy.
Stay awesome out there, everybody.
See you later.